So as more NFL games move to streaming platforms, the league is now reportedly being investigated by the DOJ. Fans have complained that they have to pay for services like Netflix or Amazon Prime just to watch. The FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, giving his view on Fox and Friends Weekend.
We're at a point now where I think some of these leagues are at a tipping point where they're going to push this issue so far that they start to lose their antitrust exemption. Because remember, we're all for sports leagues getting fair market value for their product, but right now they're benefiting from a very unique antitrust exemption to pool their bargaining together. But that exemption only applies under the statute to things called sponsored telecasts.
Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley joins me now. Okay, Professor, you're the professor, I'm the student, I get it. But this seems like a legal stretch from the Department of Justice.
Well, it's a very interesting issue because the Sports Broadcasting Act was actually passed when I was born in 1961. It hasn't been changed since then. And it was designed to allow teams to be able to negotiate with basically three networks over this type of sponsored telecasts, which are really commercial television. The assumption was that the fans themselves would still get those games for free. Now you have fans facing endless types of charges. And the statement from the NFL that they are one of the most pro-fan leagues in the world is rather laughable. I mean, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is about as popular as gingivitis. I mean, he is someone who is viewed as very anti-fan, but he's sort of the sin eater for these NFL owners. They find new ways to fleece fans, and he takes the hits. But so I think that fans are very happy to see a re-examination of this. You know, it may be a tougher issue in court, but there is a real question here, a political question, as to whether this exemption should continue now that the funds and the financing have changed. The NFL now takes in $25 billion a year. $10 billion of that are media revenue. And so it's changed dramatically.
Professor, you mentioned that statement from the NFL. Let me read it to you. They said the NFL's media distribution model is the most fan and broadcaster friendly in the entire sports and entertainment industry, with over 87% of our game on free broadcast television, including 100% of games in the market of competing teams. The NFL has for decades put our fans front and center in how we distribute our content. The 2025 season was our most viewed since 1989 and reflects the strength of the NFL distribution model and its wide availability to all fans. I guess the question, and you kind of hit on this, that this is more of a political question. How do you solve this from a political standpoint? Because it is frustrating as a fan, but from a legal standpoint, it doesn't seem like it's going to have much merit in court.
I think Congress should hold hearings as to whether this exemption is still viable. The NFL seems totally out of touch. I mean, Goodell could find his way to the Super Bowl from the light of his burning effigies. I mean, fans are just irate. And look, as a Bears fan, I've got enough to worry about, and not to think about each year I have to find new ways that Goodell and the NFL is finding a way to fleece me. It's time for Congress to step in here. They have leverage. There is classic elements of antitrust here. Fans literally have no place to go. And so these teams are acting as one, and they are arranging these fees. And it does have that feeling of a monopoly, obviously, and it's the fans that are really at the disadvantage. That leaves Congress as really the only clear voice that could speak for fans and intervene in this.
Do you believe the NFL when they say, I think the number was 80% of their broadcasts are still free? I'm sorry, 87% are still free?
I was very surprised by that number. I haven't fact-checked it. I got to tell you, as a Bears fan, I freak out almost every weekend trying to make sure I can see the game. So that seemed pretty high to me. But I think that's one of the things that Congress can look at.
You know, Professor, the one thing that is a little bit confusing to me is that obviously the government is trying to stop a monopoly. It just seems like the NFL, as much as I hate it, has a point. that they're open the marketplace for you to view it in different places. Of course, they're making money off of it in the process, and it's frustrating as a fan. But it seems like they've added ways to view it for a price.
No, I think that it's true that these streaming platforms have added new ways to view the games. That is true. It's just that the cost for individual fans has skyrocketed. And the NFL has never been more profitable. They are just making boatloads of money. The fans, however, are seeing nothing but increases in costs. And given this monopoly-type structure of the NFL, that's something that maybe Congress needs to look at and use its own authority to be a voice for the fans here. Because right now, the fans are not being heard, I don't think.
Yeah, hopefully the people that they actually vote for are actually hearing from them and can change this. Professor, a great conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.